ahead and get started. Here I am starting with freshly washed hair. I washed it last night and I moisturized it. Key to a long-lasting ponytail, especially as a protective style, is to moisturize. So make sure you have all your leave-ins and all your oils in your hair before you start this process. And here I am just dampening it a little bit, just because again I did wash it last night and it was drying out a little bit. Now here I am taking out my edges, just a very, not even a millimeter of edges in the front before I start slicking down my ponytail. I know it's looking mad crazy right now, but this is going to be our little baby hairs that we're going to style later. So I just kind of pulled just a little bit of hair out for that. And then I'm taking my Eco Styler gel and I am smoothing that on the entire perimeter of my hair. Make sure you use a very generous amount. Again, we're going for a very sleek ponytail, so you're going to have to get in there with gel, honey. And here I am just kind of parting out a section and putting gel in between my hair, because if you have thick hair, and especially if you are natural, it's harder to pull your hair back in a tight ponytail or bun. So you really do have to layer the gel into your hair. So again, moisturize, because it is a lot of gel in this style. So again, I'm just parting like large sections off and putting gel in between those sections of hair, mainly concentrating it on the root because you really want to slick those roots down. So now I am taking this brush. It's a two-sided brush. One side is hard and one side is really soft. I'm taking the stiffer, harder side, and I am brushing all of that up into a ponytail. This can be as high or as low as you want it. I wanted it kind of low, but kind of center at the same time. So it's not too low, definitely not high, kind of center of the back of my head. And I'm just pulling that back. Now I'm taking my Style Booster or Edge Booster by Style Factor. There it goes. And I am going over that as well. It just kind of adds additional hold and shine to the hair. I really like this edge control. It's very stiff and it will hold your in place all day. And again, I'm just going through with that brush and I am brushing all of that in now that I have it at a pretty good spot as to putting it in a ponytail. So now I'm just going to tie this hair back and then we're going to focus on our edges. So taking that Style Factor Edge Booster and I'm putting that along the hair that I took out, and then I am going to take a comb. A comb is key. Do not use a brush, because I find that I can't really fleek my edges the way that I want to or style them the way that I want to with a brush. I like taking an extremely small tooth comb and doing my edges. So I'm literally just kind of going in with this really small comb, have the edge factor on my edges with a little bit of got to be in the black container, just for again some additional hold. And I'm just flicking the edges. You style them however you choose. For this ponytail, I do like to be a bit extra with the edges. Usually I don't go this hard, but with this style, I thought that it was very fitting. And then now I'm just doing the same with my little sideburns, making a little cute little curly cue with the sideburns. Again, style it exactly how you want. Oh, my boyfriend is heading out. I just came and get some quick kisses before he goes to the gym. But back to our edges. So yep, just style this how you want. You don't have to do the baby hairs with the edges at all. You can just do it straight back and sleek. But I just thought it just added an extra level of oomph, a little extra bouge to it. I don't know. And then I'm just doing the exact same to the other side. So yep, style your edges however you want, your baby hairs however you want, or not at all. But the combination of the edge control and the Eco Style is what's going to make the ponytail really, really sleek. So now we have our edges the way that we want them. We're going over it one last time with our brush before we tie our ponytail off, just making sure everything is sleek and in place. And once you kind of get it in place, honey, this ponytail ain't going nowhere until you're ready for it to go somewhere. So now, again, I'm just kind of scooping everything up and then tying it off. You want to make this tight, but not too tight, because you don't want a headache. Luckily, with this ponytail, there are no bobby pins. So you don't have to worry about too much irritation, but just don't make it too tight. That's all I would say. So now that we have that tied off, just going to go over my edges one last time, again, to make sure they are sitting exactly where we want them to sit, because once they set, that's it. So now just kind of slicking up the back. And then I'm going to twist off my hair and then tie in a very tight, very small bun. The tighter you can get the bun, the smaller you can get the bun, the better, because again, we are going to be attaching a ponytail. So now that we have everything kind of tied off, I'm taking these black paper strips and I'm tying down my edges. I find that this works a lot better than a headscarf. Sometimes the headscarf will stick to the gel or to the edge control. This does not stick at all. It literally just molds. So I put about 3 or 4 strips across the front to let that mold while I finish off the ponytail. And this is the hair, y'all. Look how long this hair is. This hair is 32 inches, a 32-inch ponytail for $14.99. I do believe. I'm going to zoom in here on a second, and then it should have the price tag on it, but I believe it was $14.99. Yes, $14.99. And this is the organique, it's very fancy, Ponytail Pro. And it is in the 32-inch. And now they had it in the silky straight and the natural yaki. And I went with the natural yaki, being that I am natural. It has more texture to it. So if you're a natural girl, I would suggest going with the natural yaki instead of the silky straight. And it is 32 inches. Again, it is the organique Ponytail Pro. And then here is the back. It just kind of tells you how to apply the ponytail, because it is a very unique ponytail in the way that it's wefted, and you're going to see that in a second here once I pull everything out of its packaging. It has a very unique little mechanism, I guess you could say. Here I'm just checking out the weft, and again, it is unique and is crafted very well. I found that it was a very solid ponytail. It's just different. I just hadn't seen anything like this, so I was expecting just wefted hair. I wasn't expecting what it was, because I just kind of picked up some hair and went. So I was quite intrigued. As you can see here, it's like on this fabric, and then it has this little tab for you to wrap the ponytail around, and it has like a clip on one side, and it has these stacked wefts. Again, just a very unique and construction, and the ponytail was extremely soft. The hair is very, very soft. So here I am taking the one side with the comb, and I am placing that at the top of my bun. Make sure you place it at the top of your bun. This is where you want to start. And then you want to try to find that little tab for wrapping around, and then you want to start wrapping the ponytail from there. I only had to wrap it around maybe 3 to 4 times until I got to the end, because of the way that it is wefted. You just want to make sure when you're wrapping it, it is flat. You're keeping the weft extremely flat, and it's not flipping or bending or anything like that. So once I got to the end, again, I just found that little tab with the hair on it, and then I use that to wrap around my ponytail to conceal any bands or anything, and just kind of give it, again, that more sleek look. You want to make sure you kind of finger comb that and make sure that is as flat as possible. I just was pulling it a little bit tight as I was wrapping it to make sure everything was secure, and just kept feeling to make sure that it was flat as I was wrapping it. It wasn't gathering up and looking more like a rope twist instead of like a flat wrap around the ponytail. So now I am just taking off those wraps. It did not take my hair long to set at all. You want to make sure your hair is not soaking wet. Again, make sure your hair is not soaking wet. It's going to take all day to set. Make sure it's a little damp, and then by the time you finish, it should be set if it's not too dripping wet. Here I am just kind of running my fingers through the hair. It is synthetic hair, so it does tangle a little bit, but it doesn't take much to detangle it, and it is super soft. And then I felt like the hair that was on that little tab to wrap wasn't enough. I wanted to wrap it just kind of one last time, just to kind of give it a little bit of height and kind of push it off of my head a little bit. So I just took a little bit of hair from the back and continued to wrap that around the base, just to kind of give it an extra little, I don't know, I just didn't want it to be flat against the head. I wanted to have that kind of raise off of the back of the dome a little bit. So just wrap until you reach the end of the hair. Again, you don't need any bobby pins. So this is the final look, you guys. I hope that you love it as much as I do. This ponytail is so badass. It is so sexy and so sleek and just so bad bitch. So yeah, make sure you jump down in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you dolls in my next video. Bye.